Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd come on and show you guys how I do my everyday no makeup tutorial. So if you want to learn how I got this beat, keep watching. If you read the title, then you know that I am gonna be using a couple new products that I just bought from Ulta. And I'll tell you what they are as I go. But I bought a new eyebrow pencil. I get a lot of questions about my eyebrows. You guys always want to know what I use for my eyebrows. So for my eyebrows, I use the NYX Professional Makeup Pencil in the color Espresso. It looks like this. It's my favorite pencil. I used to use the darkest of darks when it comes to my brows, but I realized that it didn't really look good. It looked too harsh. So now I use a lighter shade, and I really like this pencil. I mean, for me, it just does what I want an eyebrow pencil to do, and I like that. I like that it's like really smooth. I like that it's like, I don't know, if you've tried other pencils, then you know, you like what you like. So I'm gonna start this tutorial off, I'm gonna start this video off with clean skin. I just washed my face. I like to use the Cetaphil Gentle Cleanser for my face. And I'm gonna start by just brushing my brows up and over. I have like elf ears because the braids like push my ears out, so that's that. So yeah, I'm just gonna start by lining the bottom of my brow. This is the process that I always use to do my brows because I really feel like defining the bottom first gives you a good idea of how the brow needs to look, where the arch needs to be. I love this brow pencil. I really started off doing my brows with Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, and then I just found that formula was too drying for me. Maybe I just didn't work fast enough at the time, but I just didn't like the formula of how drying it was. So I stopped using it a while ago, probably like 3 years ago I stopped using it, and to be honest, I don't miss it. Like, a lot of people swear by it, and don't get me wrong, it's a good product, but I just don't like really drying products like that. I like my pencil to be a mix of a dry and a cream, and not too much of either. That's right. So this is basically just how I do my brow. A lot of people ask, and I wish I could just give you guys a better in-depth tutorial, but there's not much to it. I learned what I know on YouTube about makeup, so trial and error really is the only way you're gonna learn how to do good brows, because my face is different than your face, and so what works for me may not work for you. So you just have to take the tools and apply them to your face. I kind of started knowing how to do my brows with this little trick. You put your pencil here, and where your eye starts is where your brow starts. And then looking straight, you turn your pencil through your pupil, and that's where your arch should be. And then turn your pencil to the end of your eye, and that's where the end of your brow should be. So that's how I learned, but I never really had very sparse brows to begin with. Like, I've always had pretty thick brows, so if you don't, you might have a harder time finding your arch and finding what works for you. So I suggest you just do it. You just, start practicing, and the worst that can happen is it doesn't come out right and you wash it off. A lot of people ask me what I'm going to school for, and when am I graduating. For people that don't know, I did a live about this, but I am going to school for medical assisting. Yes, I could go to school to just be an RN, but like I said in my live, if you didn't watch it, like I always say, when I saw the program for the school that I go to, it was advertised as a 9-month program, and I was pregnant at the time. I wasn't on the show. I didn't know anything about the show before I even applied for the show, and I was like, wow, 9 months, I can start working in the hospital, I can get a good career with a good paying job. High paid inmates in California can make around $27. So to me, that was a good starting job, having a baby. So I had enrolled in school and started doing school, and then I had to take a leave of absence when I was going to give birth, and I was supposed to go back for the next semester, but as you guys saw on the show, I moved out. Me and Bar got our own apartment. I started working at this medical office, so I just didn't have time to go back to school. So now I'm back, and I've already completed a significant amount of the program. So I graduate in July, and the reason why it's so far is because the classes are on a rotation, and I've missed the ones that I needed. So in March, I'll go on a 3-month break while the classes rotate, and I'll jump back in July and August, and I walk the stage in July. The next thing I'm going to do is prime my skin. Now I'm going to talk to you about a primer that I've been loving and I've just recently discovered, but it's been out for so long. This primer is the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser, and I love this primer. It's not clear. I mean, it's not white primer or like pearlescent primer. It is clear. It is gel. The substance is like a gel substance, and it's mattifying. It's just the right amount of thickness. I love this primer. So the next thing I'm going to do is conceal my brows. Now this is basically my everyday no makeup routine. Keep in mind that minimal makeup is relative to who you're speaking to. So this is my kind of everyday, not everyday, because on an everyday basis, I'm just gonna keep it real, I don't wear makeup. Like I said, I go to school every day. I leave my house at 6 in the morning every day, so I don't see myself getting up early to wear makeup. It's just not ideal for me. So I don't wear makeup to school, and I just tend to go throughout my day with no makeup. But when I do wear makeup, and I don't want to wear a lot, but I do want to look like I put some effort into myself, this is what I do. I'm gonna use this flat brush to do my brows, and I just messily put the concealer on there with the applicator that comes with the concealer. The concealer that I use is the Better Skin, Better Stay Maybelline concealer. It's really old, it's worn out, and the color that I am for reference is Medium Deep 50. I like this concealer. I have the NARS concealer. It's a little too thick, and it's a little too drying for me. Alright, and then I just drag the rest of the concealer down, and it's not going to blend out perfectly. This isn't an ideal blending brush, but I am going to blend it, and sometimes I like to take it up here when I know I'm going to be wearing foundation. Take my fluffy brush. This is like a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to blend this concealer in. Now there's no product on this brush, but I suppose if you wanted to, you can just go straight in with whatever color you like to put on your lid. I like to blend it first just because I just like to make sure I blend step by step. But this is it for the brows. This is how I do my brows every single day that you guys are like, what did you do to your brows? These are the products that I use, this is the method that I use, and this is how long that it takes. Okay? For my lid, for an everyday look, I like to keep it very basic. I'm gonna go in with my bronzer. The bronzer that I use is from Sephora. I don't know the name or the color because it's worn off. I've had this for years. But I just use this little bronzer shade, and it doesn't really add much color to my lid. More so for depth, because obviously the concealer is light and has a tendency to wash out any shadows, which is what it's for. So I like to just go back on top of that. You can either add some translucent powder, or you can add a little bronzer if your bronzer is not too dark. My bronzer is not too dark. It just gives a shimmery like effect to the lid, and so I find it perfect for my everyday makeup routine. So everybody wants to know the tea with Farrah, and I guess I can give it to you guys because, you know, I mean, how serious is it really? So here's the thing. I've never met Farrah before in my life, except for when I met her at the Fave Fun party, and she was really nice. But then I saw a live video that she did where she said that she understands why people think that Teen Mom, that she got pregnant to be on Teen Mom and uses her kid as a pawn, because other teen moms like Caitlyn and Ashley do things like that. So that's what started the whole beef with me, and I knew she had been saying these things because I had heard through the grapevine, and I didn't address it until I felt like I had enough evidence to know that she was saying these things. And it's just sad because I feel like as an OG, as a previous OG, she should be able to offer some guidance, some words of wisdom, but that isn't what she did. So I got some new products that I'm so excited to show you guys. I just keep digging in the bag thinking it's time. It's not time. I'm gonna stick with my everyday foundation. You guys already know I use my NARS foundation in the color Cadiz Medium Dark 3. Yeah, the lighting is changing because I film in natural light, so I hope the lighting doesn't bother you guys that much. I don't have ring lights. I just film when I feel like it. I film when I'm in a mood, and I film when the universe is vibing. So that's usually on the sunny days. So I just take a little bit of that, and I'm gonna dip my stippling brush in it and start off with a few pumps. A lot of people ask me what it's like to be on a TV show, and honestly, this is gonna sound dumb, but I guess when I signed up for Teen Mom, I didn't think I was gonna be picked. I mean, literally, I sent in the shittiest submission, and one day, Bar and I had decided to go to Denny's to get some food, and in the middle of us, well, we hadn't got our food yet, but while we were sitting there, you know, just talking and doing whatever, I got a call, and it was a call from New York. And I thought it was one of those scam likely people, like if you know, like if you ever got a phone call and it says scam likely across the screen, that's what I thought it was. But I ended up answering it, and when I answered it, someone was like, "Hi, this is so-and-so from Teen Mom. We want to talk to you." And I was appalled. Like, I was appalled. Because, you know, like, what are the chances that you get picked? You know what I'm saying? And I knew that the submission that I had sent in was super shitty. I knew that I sent it in for shits and giggles. So the chances that they picked me was, like, crazy. But after being on 2 seasons, basically, people do notice me when I go out. But I don't know, I try to keep it low-key. Like, I don't consider myself a celebrity. I don't consider myself like special treatment. I like to keep it low profile. I like to just do my own thing. You know, I just try to keep it real and try to keep it humble and appreciate the people who support, you know, the show in the first place. Because let's be real, Teen Mom is not everybody's cup of tea, you know? And now I'm gonna go in with my concealer, the same concealer that I use in my brows, and it is the Better Skin Super Stay Concealer in the color Medium Deep. And it's gonna go under my eye. Meek Mill is having a concert soon. If you're a Meek Mill fan, then you know that Meek Mill is having a concert soon. He released a new album, and I'm so vibing. I actually did go to the Drake concert, and funny story, I ended up not seeing Drake. Maybe that's a story time for another video, but I ended up not even seeing Drake, and I was highly disappointed. So I feel like I want to go to the Meek Mill concert. I'm really vibing. I'm vibing with his album more than I was vibing with Drake's album, and I'm a Drake fan. Like, I'm a real Drake fan. Farrah and I are going to LA in February, and we're gonna go to Universal Studios, and I'm super excited because I've never been to Universal Studios before, and I love Harry Potter. I read all the books, so I'm juiced. I'm very juiced. I would love to, like, I want to go to Hogwarts. If I could go to Hogwarts, I would go to Hogwarts. Like, okay, Hogwarts was lit. Even though they had some crazy shit going down, Hogwarts was lit. I ain't never seen no school as lit as Hogwarts. So after I blend in that, I like to set my face. Now, usually I would go in with my air spun if I'm doing something for like nighttime, I'm going to the club or whatever, I'm going out for drinks. But for the daytime, I like to keep it real simple and just go in with my Fit Me powder. This is Fit Me 310 for color reference. And I just tap that under the eye. Instead of doing all that baking and heavy setting, I just tap this under the eye. This actually can go all over my face, but I like to set my face with my bronzer. I just bought a new contour stick. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills. The contour stick that I have is Bobbi Brown, and it's a foundation stick, and it's in the color chestnut. But I wanted to get another contour. I feel like it's the winter time and my skin is a lot lighter. Like I said, my foundation, or maybe I didn't say this, but I've switched foundations. If you watched my last makeup tutorial, you know that I use L'Oreal Infallible, but that is now really dark for me, so I'm using my NARS, and so the contour that I have is really dark for me, so I went to get Anastasia contour stick because homegirl don't have her color no more. So I'm just gonna go on the cheekbones. You guys have seen this probably so many times. Now, I like to contour heavy. I love a snatched cheekbone, okay? I love a snatched cheekbone. Sometimes when your contour is too dark, you can start to make this area look dirty and muddy, and that's not what we want. That's not what we want. We want a natural contour. Am I right? Now I am going to go in with the bronzer that I used on my eyelids, and I'm gonna go in with that on my over my contour very lightly, just to kind of set it in place. Also, it deepens it a little bit. My contour powder is not that dark, so it doesn't do too much besides set it, and it just deepens it maybe a little bit, but barely. And I always contour this big ass neckline, okay? So now I'm gonna do some blush, and I like to use my Peppermint Mocha palette. It came out a while ago with the whole Too Faced little cute house setup that they did for the holidays a while ago, and in it, it has a Santa Baby blush. This is one of my favorite blushes ever to use. It's almost the only blush that I use, and I like to sweep my blush. I'm gonna put a little bit of my everyday favorite highlighter on top, and it is the Tarte Lost in Sea palette. Oh no, sorry, the Tarte Skin Twinkle Lightning palette, and I'm gonna use the color Sunlight and Moonlight, and I like to mix them together. Okay, so I'm going to take another small little brush, same brush that I used to do the contours in my nose, and I'm going to grab some highlighter, and I'm going to highlight down the bridge of my nose. I'm going to highlight the inner corners of my eye. I'm going to highlight under my brow bone, I'm gonna highlight my Cupid Bow mascara. So I like to use L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara in Noir, and it works wonders for me. No complaints. This mascara is not clumpy. This mascara is my favorite mascara of all time. If you've never tried this mascara, I would highly suggest trying this mascara. Okay. And we got lashes. I like to do a little bottom mascara, not a lot. Do what you want though. Now usually I would just end this with a gloss, but I got something from Ulta that I'm dying to use, and it's not a new product, but it's an old friend. It's an old fave, and it's the Ruby Woo lipstick by MAC. They just really sit in a new packaging, and I mean, who could resist? So I'm gonna pair it with the NYX liner in the color Mason. Okay. I think that you could totally pull this off. So I think this is totally like very natural. Let's get close. So this is a finished look. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you would like to see down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That way you never miss a video. Become part of my notification gang because we're a family. And yeah, it's been real. See you in my next video.